And
Hi.
I just want to thank you for agreeing to do this testimonial, to share kind of what you have been through in the last few months and even a year, to let other people know that healing is possible.
I'm really happy to do it because, I feel like just finding you guys was a miracle, and I want to give back a little bit.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. So on the day you got diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, that was just this past May, like 5 months ago.
Yeah.
What went through your mind?
Really, we were in so much shock. But I just remember one of the things that she said to me was, if you don't get treatment, you will die. You have a month left and you will die. And that all they could do for me was chemo until I decided the chemo was worse than living. And I decided I'm okay with dying. So it was very shocking. It was a lot. It was not hopeful.
No. Why did you decide to do something different than what you were offered? And why did you decide to work with Flourish Functional Medicine and Integrative Oncology?
So, I called you guys right away because it's been about a year. You guys helped me with mold detox. I had mold in my lungs and suffered for more than a decade with coughing and fragrances severely affecting me, and no doctors were able to help me. And so I found you guys and you helped me with that. And so I already had that relationship with you guys and trusted you. But it was still a big decision.
Right.
Yeah. So when I came here, you were so hopeful and had like a complete opposite plan. And now, like, it's only 5 months later, but my cancer numbers, I have chemo brain still, but my help me,
CA-125?
Yes. At their highest, they were 2,400, and right now they're 18.
And your CT scan just a couple of weeks ago, what did it show?
It showed no cancer in my body, and
then you had surgery.
I had surgery finally, so I've been doing chemo every 3 weeks, and just got surgery where they went in. They actually, at the beginning, I did with the doctor that was not very helpful. She went in and did exploratory surgery and was going to do surgery, but she said it was too severe to do surgery on. All of my organs were stuck together. There was a lot of stuff called caking. My uterus, bladder, and colon were all stuck together. My intestines, I had infected lymph nodes. My diaphragm was covered in this stuff. So they closed me up and said, let's do the chemo. And I began with you, and I came and talked to you, and on it learned about the metabolic approach. I was like, Katrina just handed me her book and said, go learn about this. And I read a little, but I did a lot at that time on YouTube. Dr. Nasha Winters is on YouTube, and so it just like kinds of feeds it to you when your brain is on overload, and that was super helpful. And it was very promising, and it promised me getting my life back, where they didn't think the cancer would ever be gone. And so, my story is like, I came in on a regular basis. They helped me in a ton of ways, which I know they can. I've given their card to just a ton of people because they saved my life. They literally saved my life. And I think I would be dead right now. And I'm a mom. I'm a mom of 4 adult boys and I have 3 wonderful daughter-in-laws and 6 grandbabies, and I'm an art teacher. I want to live. And I have my husband So I don't know what else.
You know, you're so kind, and I always tell you when you say that, I'm like, and you saved your own life. We just opened a path for you to walk down, and you walked down it. You made a lot of changes to your lifestyle to walk down that path.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like to make the food changes?
The food changes are so hard. They were so hard in the beginning. My husband agreed to not have anything in the house that I could not eat because I just felt like I couldn't do it. It just felt too hard. And my daughter-in-laws came and like switched everything over to organic. We ended up getting my husband a shelf where he could keep his stuff that he need, you know, like he can't live without popcorn. But it was really challenging and hard, and you know, we used the recipes. We just, it's like one of those one day at a time things, and you just.
Do you feel like you got enough support to make it so you could wrap your head around that, especially meeting with Remission Nutrition and getting that kind of support?
I think Carlos was so valuable in helping me. I mean, I would say like getting my mindset right, because I had heard you're gonna die, and I needed to change my thinking. So Carlos was very helpful with that. But Remission Nutrition was incredibly valuable. There's an app, and I used it with Carlos before I started with them, where you enter all your food and then they help you look at it and help you adjust it, and the app kind of tells you. And there's another app that tests your blood so you can see if you're in ketosis. So it's very doable. It was really hard at the beginning, but I think it's not like, don't be scared. I'm gonna continue doing this for the rest of my life, my long life, and, you know. So I don't want people to be like not willing to try, but I think you can do it. You just need.
You made huge changes to your diet, and you know what? It showed in your labs, and then it showed in how your tumor was regressing as well. But you did other things too. You started Mistletoe.
I did Mistletoe, yeah. And I highly recommend Mistletoe. I think like all the research and everything. My son is in nursing school and just did a presentation on Mistletoe. Like we should all know about it. I think it was a piece. It's all these pieces that have just come together and saved my life. I'm also doing, I didn't say this, but I found another oncologist who was hopeful and positive, and he's been a really good teammate in all this too.
Yes. So we've worked with your oncology team to provide the integrative services. So you've really had both.
Yes. So I've had both.
That's been amazing.
I'm really glad I did both.
How important is it to have a support person on this journey?
Very, 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 very important. Yes. I could not have done this. I couldn't have done it without Flourish, obviously. Really, like Remission Nutrition, I would not do it without them. And also my family. I had to, you know what, I want to be a helper. I do not want to be helped. So I had to let a lot of people help me, and I think you need support. It's a lot of people have preconceived ideas, you know, don't understand that things are research based, and I don't know, they have some magical woo-woo idea of what this is, but it's research based and it's real, and so you need your people to be on your team. In the beginning, like I sat all my kids, actually my sister bought the Metabolic Approach to Cancer and gave it to my mom and all my daughter-in-laws, and she bought one for herself, and everybody read it, and I asked them to be on my team. I mean, I have kids that are super organic and already eat healthy, and I have other kids who think it's just the most ridiculous thing on the planet, but they were all able to come together and be on my team. So like everyone sends me texts, we're on your team, but you need a support system.
Yes, so important. How was the process as far as, do you think most people could get through this process? How hard was this?
I think it's hard to have cancer.
Yeah.
It's worse if you don't have this. For example, I watched all these people in my chemo lab with neuropathy, severe neuropathy in their hands and feet and legs. It's just, I don't even know what it is. It's like super nerve damage pain.
Did you get neuropathy?
I got it my first chemo before I had really like completely dived into everything, and Flourish was able to turn it around, and all the nurses and all the like other people I sat by were like, what, and I didn't do steroids. I just, so on all my medical records, it says I'm allergic to steroids. Do not give me steroids. And in the beginning, like that was very daring, but I was able to have very few side effects. I slept. I mean, we logged like one day, 20 hours. I slept. So the first week to 10 days after chemo, I was sleeping, but I wasn't, laying on the floor, vomiting, having neuropathy.
That's really the beauty.
I feel like that kind of makes it worth it.
That is really the beauty of integrative oncology, is it decreases the side effects from the standard of care and it improves the outcomes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
One last question. How are you feeling now, mentally and physically?
I am feeling so happy. I am so happy. So like we talked about, I don't think we told this part, but when they went in and did surgery, the surgery that I should be dead or dying soon, it, like all my cancer was so dried up. He didn't think there was any viable tissue left to biopsy at this point. He had to remove scar tissue and all sorts of things off all of my organs. But yeah, I feel like I don't want to use the word remission, because because I'm cancer free, and I want to just celebrate that and keep doing all my good things.
Yep.
And I'm excited to have a long, happy life.
Exactly. And I said last question, but I have two more. So, this has been a journey you've been on to learn how to not only get rid of your cancer, but how to make sure it doesn't come back, right? What kind of changes do you foresee that you'll be making for the rest of your life to make sure this cancer does not come back?
So I will never go back to not being organic. I will never go back to eating processed foods or, vegetable oils the many things that I learned about. We put in a water filter in our house. I mean, all these things that just felt hard. We got them all done. We did it. But I'm gonna keep doing all of those things, and it loosens up a little bit after. You have it's very strict in the beginning, but I think I could do this life. I just, Halloween weekend was the weekend before I had my surgery, and I had family staying with me, and I was able to cook all the meals and eat everything I served. So, and they all loved the food, and it was fine. So it's not as horrible as you think. You gotta educate yourself and be willing to do it. But yeah, I think I can do this as my lifestyle.
Yes. Thank you, Anne, for taking the time to share your journey with everybody else who's wondering what that would look like.
Do you want to see my hair?
Oh, yeah.
I'll show you my hair.
It's coming back.
It's growing back. I'm doing red light therapy on my head right now, and I think my hair's coming back faster than expected. So all these things better than expected. So
congratulations, Anne.
Yeah.
You're the best.